With escalating geopolitical instability choking traditional trade routes in the Middle East, the West is turning its eyes toward the Southern Caribbean. For TNT, a burgeoning regional energy cluster presents a major strategic pivot point. So says Chairman of the Confederation of Regional Business Chambers, Vivek Charan, highlighting the instability surrounding the Strait of Hormuz.
In this hemisphere, Suriname, Guyana, Venezuela, and I would have to say ourselves in Trinidad and Tobago, the energy cluster that we represent becomes increasingly important and of strategic national interest to the larger developed countries around us.
He says amid growing optimism surrounding cross-border gas arrangements with Venezuela, a chronic shortage of U.S. dollars continues to squeeze the domestic economy.
And the issue with the US dollar is the expectation versus the reality. What is the expectation in the short term when people begin to hear, gas coming in, oil coming in? The expectation is that credit card limits may begin to creep up. The expectation is that this drought of US, as it were, this shortage of US that many of the businesses are feeling, particularly the SMEs, is going to ease.
Charan states that major commercial conglomerates continue to open massive new shopping complexes, but on the other hand, traditional large retail outlets are collapsing. He says long-term economic survival requires urgent diversification, but small business groups continue to complain about being actively starved of capital, including U.S. currency, by financial institutions.
It's easier for you to get a loan to buy a car, to get $1 million to buy a car, to get $700,000 to buy a car than it is to open a business. On top of that, we have the price of real estate.
The latter, a requirement in certain aspects of the diversification process chain.
When we're talking about warehouses, we're talking about $30,000 to $50,000 a month. Many of them, those that are for rent, don't have 220 volts, three-phase electricity, 330 volts. So the government does need to assist by, determining and assisting in clearing the path to diversification, particularly for SMEs.
The business community is now calling for concrete, legally binding policy intervention from the state to clear these hurdles before the country's next energy windfall passes them by. Alicia Boucher, TV6 News.